I'm WHYY's Ed Cunningham. Rossini created the Barber of Seville to take place, obviously, in Seville in the 17th century. But the version we're seeing tonight is somewhat modernized. Let's check in with the director and some of the cast to see how they've given an updated look to this comic opera.
Every staging experience is completely different. You have a completely different cast. Even if you're doing the same opera, you'll have a different Bartolo, you'll have a different Figaro, you'll have a different Almaviva, you'll have a different Rosina, and so and then you'll have a different director.
Essentially, what we're trying to do, while it's certainly not rewriting the show because it is an existing piece and it is so brilliantly written, we are trying to do what would be akin to like a reboot. I think every production I've seen always felt like it was Italian. The opera, while it's written by an Italian composer who wrote for an Italian audience, it was set in Seville, in Spain. And I wanted that feeling. I didn't want to be confused. I didn't want for someone coming to the opera for the first time to think, are we in Spain or are we in Italy? We've been talking about this production and sort of going through the design process for, I guess it started over a year ago. In my research and in talking to my design team, we thought about the films of Pedro Almodovar. And what's great about his films is that he's brilliant at walking this line between melodramatic, serious sort of storytelling and these absurd moments. Not only was his storytelling interesting to me as a way into Barber Seville, but also the colors and the sort of the overall visual palette that he uses. And I thought by using that and maybe updating the piece just a little bit, it would help give the characters a little bit more depth, and we could, as the audience, get to know them in a different way. But as far as fine-tuning the process and fine-tuning the show, we're doing that still, and we're going to continue to do that as we go into the theater.
This is one of the great operas in the canon. There's no, I don't mean canon, although maybe with Michael Shelley, you never know. Like, he does a lot of fun stuff on stage.